Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to my new series where we'll be trying to get 6k MMR on Korea server on a new account. That's a very simple idea, but I thought it would you kind of work well with my goals that I currently have for StarCraft. I'm still planning to be fairly competitive and go into 2021, and I think doing a little bit of educational content, doing a little bit of fun content on the side, while also doing the content where I'm fairly try-hard, but I actually try to achieve as high as a rank on Korea server, which is, you know, a very good practice for me. And you guys get to see some high-level games while I get to practice, and I think that will benefit everyone. So let's get started. Obviously, it's a brand new account, so we'll have to get through placements. We'll have to play, you know, through Diamond, Platinum, Diamond, Masters, and then we'll get to GM. But I don't think that will take us more than 20 games. I think because of the way provisional MMR works, after around 20 games, we'll be somewhat close to 5k MMR, and then all games will become very competitive. But for now, we will have to smash a guy named Korea Doc. Unfortunate day for him, but I'm sure he'll get over a one loss on ladder. Switch our colors. And yeah, as I said, for the first 20 games, it will be a fairly smooth ride for me. So if you guys want me to do some sort of builds, like if you really wanted to learn how to do let's say a DT drop build in PvZ or something like that, drop a comment in the YouTube section and I'll make sure to actually execute, as long as you're all in, or not all in. I like how my mind works in all-in terms. Like every build, I just assume it's an all-in. But if your build is actually like a real thing and you just want me to do it on Korea ladder in my first games, and at first, since the games are easier, I can also talk throughout my thought process during the game. So if there are builds you want me to go over, make sure to let me know and I'll do it in the next video. I think we'll be doing 5 games per video, maybe less, but this video definitely want to do just 5 of my placements. That way we can get that out of the way. But yeah, around first 4 episodes, you guys more than welcome to suggest builds that you want me to try out and kind of elaborate on while I play. Alright, so we're scouting. We see that our opponent is playing perfectly normal. But then again, what does perfectly normal even mean in Gold League? It's kind of interesting, like how scouting doesn't really matter, but it does look like this guy is playing, you know, a very standard game, which is cool to see, which means that this guy's familiar with the meta. He knows what his goals are, and his timing wasn't too far off. Like he dropped CC at like 145. It's probably only like 5 to 6 seconds later from when a better Terran would get, considering no SCV scout. But we're just gonna open our normal. Probably go for a blink harass and hopefully just kill him with it. I'm not trying to spend too much time in this bracket. We'll definitely be trying to rush through my placements. Oh man, I'm already getting outplayed. Kind of the reoccurring theme, like yesterday when I was recording my my video for the different challenge of getting GM without ever taking gas. The very first game was also the biggest struggle because the guy flew buildings to the corner of the map. Maybe this will be the same thing where the very first guy we play is going to be the biggest challenge and then it's a breeze. Well, he scouted us. Good for him. Let's see, what's our ping, actually? We're in Taiwan server, actually, which is much better than Korea, from where I live. I live in California. So, Korea is actually doable. I think people who live on East Coast don't have the pleasure of flying in Korea. I mean, they can, if they want to play with like 220 ping. But for me right now, it's a 150. That's pretty nice. I can't complain about it too much. But yeah, as I said, Taiwan is much nicer to me than the Korea server. I just thought of the build that I should be doing. I think if I get PVT again, we'll just do the 1 base 4-gate prison build that I'm pretty sure Mana did against Special. It might have been like a Nation Wars or something like that. It was just like a Team League format. And I remember Mana pulling off that build. And I didn't think it was good for me personally, like for ladder purposes. But I do think it might be good just to get through my games faster nowadays. Or for the start of this challenge, rather. Making shit ton of games. I'm just gonna blink all in. Seems like it's the fastest way to win in this situation. Actually, recommend this all in to a lot of people. This is like 8 gates. It looks like that, mate, but it's okay. The build is very similar. Or simple rather. It's very similar to the 4-gate blink, except you just add a little more gates and you just attack. Looks like this guy's. Oh no. See where he's going. Looks like nowhere. He loaded up all his units and he's waiting. Well, guy's about to lose his 2 medevacs. That is as unfortunate as it gets. But I'm going to lie, that was like 520. I'm assuming he did 2-1-1. The timing wasn't too bad, right? Like, oh yeah, it was 2-1-1. I should have known because my observer saw everything, but not a bad timing. Like, this guy actually played a decent game of StarCraft. It's almost hard to believe that he's in Gold League. But I guess Korea server is a little more competitive. Like, obviously the build was not like, yeah, I don't think he played bad. Kind of reminds me of some of the videos I watch on the Hearthstone channel where he tries to guess opponents. Well, he watches a replay with somebody else, and they try to guess the MMR of the person playing, and yeah, they basically always get it wrong. And I guess it's the same thing. Like, if I watch this game, I would say that this guy's diamond, even if you told me it's Korea. Like, generally did not feel like Gold 3. Like, he had a build order, and he like had decent timings. That's crazy. But yeah, it's very interesting how yeah, I guess from my castle, always playing on the high GM level, I'm completely out of touch with what lower level play actually looks like. But I do a lot of coaching, so I would think I know how people would be playing, but I guess I just don't. Alright, well, we'll do the build that I was telling you guys how I'll do. The Mana versus Special build, where the goal is to go for 2 gateway, and then proxy robo, and then you just attack with mass stalkers and a couple, 3-4 gateways. I actually thought that build was kind of cool. It's definitely like a very tournament build, where like if you know your opponent's a little too greedy at first, or they skip the SV scout, stuff like that, and definitely punish them for that. Let's see, we're scouting. We see nothing crazy once again. It looks like a Reaper expand. Okay. This is one of those things where, like, if this was a GM Terran, I would proxy with this probe right now, because I would know that he would let me go. But since this is like a lower level, this guy probably forgot about this SCD. This guy quite literally forgot, so now I can't proxy. Now I have to wait for like units to be out or something. It's it's one of those things where it's just like sometimes being bad actually helps you. I guess we'll just proxy in his face. Actually, the problem is I have to make a robot before Reaper comes and kills me, which should be about now. Because Reaper pops in like 2 minutes. Okay, we got it out. I'll get Gateway here too, just so he knows what's up. Right. I shouldn't worry about this pylon, it definitely will not die. The stalkers should be there just on time. This bunker will just be a little short, but once again, look at this guy go. Look at this guy go. He's making a bunker and stuff. It was just a little faster with everything. Might have worked out for him. Let's go for the War Prism. Yeah. It's one of those things. He was just a little too slow because he was too focused on trying to deny my proxy that he didn't really make anything at home. That's a Cyclone first, very interesting. Could be Tank first. Tank first would be tragic for him. He definitely needs a Cyclone. Go for this for now. But without Marines, you can't hold regardless of what you're making. This push comes very fast. Oh, that was a tank first. Yeah, that's really bad. Alright. I like this build a lot more. Scouts goal 1. I feel like the last guy played better than this, but it was very different build, so I can't really tell. Can't really tell. Delicious water. Alright, 3 more games for today's episode. Hopefully we get when we did our first video for getting GM without getting gas, after winning 5 placements, we got placed in gold 2. I was a little weirded out about it. I always thought that if you win all your 5 placements, you at least get platinum. But I guess let's see this time. 3 more matches. Maybe it depends on your opponent's MMR, but it most likely does. I didn't think it would be that much of a swing. Like, I thought it would be a difference between like Plat 2 and Plat 3, but not a difference between like Gold and Plat. So we got an opponent called Gary. It doesn't look like he's much of a Korean, but who knows? Alright, let's try to win the game quick. Let's go for... What is the quickest way to win PvP? Probably a Robo, right? Getting a really fast Prism. I mean, I could can rush and stuff, but I'm just really bad at that stuff. And we're already doing that for the different challenge we're doing, so kind of pointless to be doing the same builds on both. We'll just do the Prism. Pretty much the same build we did last game, except no proxy this time. Which I think if you're going for the Prism only without Immortal, there's no point to proxy Robo. The only time you proxy Robo is if you're actually going for Immortal. This build used to be very popular. Like, I would say a year ago, when I just kind of came back from a break to StarCraft. I actually remember Astrea showed me that build. He was like, yeah, this build is sick. Just do like 4 Stalkers and a Sentry, use Hallucination to scout, and then just commit with the 3-gate Robo. I did that build quite a lot, but eventually I fell off, mostly because, you know, you had the Peg Overcharge added to the game, the meta changed, the people got much better at defending. The build definitely fell off, but it used to be very strong. This guy is doing normal builds. He had 4 probes on gas, but he fixed that pretty fast actually. Good job, Gary. I don't know. This music is not that bad. Ever since the whole DMCA thing with Twitch, and the fact that YouTube obviously does not let you monetize if you use copyright material, and I have to listen to the YouTube approved music basically, I'm pleasantly surprised. The music is not bad. Like for them, when we're listening to it now, it's mostly just raw, like instrumentals and stuff, but it's better than nothing. And if you guys have any suggestions for DMC, well, copyright-free music or royalty-free music, also feel free to suggest that in the YouTube comments. So I would love to explore more music that I can actually listen to without getting bamboozled off Twitch and YouTube. We're double dipping, 2 platforms, trying to stay alive on both of them. Yeah, this build is very simple. It's make your stalker, make your robo, kill your opponent. Oh wow, this guy's like out microing my ass. We're gonna trade evenly. Actually, we're not. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Getting absolutely bamboozled by those people. Oh, you're not gonna hit it, Stalker? Maybe I could have used the fast shield a little better. Well, doesn't matter to me that much. This guy's also very good. I don't remember what rank. Like, this guy has a real build, like real stuff. Like, that was 2 stalkers into like 2 centuries, and the more stalkers expand. He just has a shield battery there too. He might just hold. Well, he made a rookie mistake. No shield battery. That was terrible micro, by the way. He's even focused firing the right ones. Actually, if Immortal shows up, we might just be dead. Speak of the devil. I'm confident I can always like clutch out of the way victory, but that's very impressive with those people, man. 3 is crazy. That was a brutal mistake by him, but I wish my Immortal could actually get out of my base. But unfortunately, that's not happening. Damn, this guy's a god, dude. I'll have to recall my Prism just to get my Immortals out eventually. I actually have to sweat to win now. Like, obviously this build is like really bad for PvP, but yeah. And it's in current meta, but that should not matter at this level. It really should not. This is crazy. He's super dead, but not exactly on a point. Disabling that will be huge help. And this Gary guy, super strong. I'm actually curious about him. There's Plat too, man. Or Diamond too? I don't even know. It's like legit. Like I was thinking, like maybe. Oh, this guy's like 4K Zerg. That's also someone's off race as well. 3K Terran, 3K Protoss, but 4K Zerg. But all those numbers are 2K below my level, so or 3K. So yeah, very well played by the guy. Alright, 2 more games to go. Alright, fast queue times, very nice. And a Zerg submarine. Actually, that's another thing. Do I veto submarine? Because usually I tend to not veto maps, but because submarine has been in the map pool for so long, and I'm just assuming it's gonna be gone next season, I have vetoed it on my main accounts. Well, that makes the main life easier. Yeah, I wonder if I should veto it, because I just have so much trouble against Zerg. And Terran actually on that map. I just can't find the builds that work. Against Zerg, I can kind of do okay with some of my lens. But if they know that I'm all living, then it's just really hard. And I really wonder if I should veto it or not. But we'll see, I guess. If we had too much struggle on it, we'll get rid of it because I don't like the map. But I generally try to not veto maps for the most part. Just for the sake of being prepared for tournaments and specifically like best of 7 show matches. And then you're just forced to play in submarine. Because that happened tomorrow. I actually have a show match against Masa. Probably by the time you guys see this video, that show match probably be done by then, since I'm probably gonna release that video after the show match. But yeah, we're playing best of 9, so there's unless you know I win or lose a show match before we have to play submarine, there's no other way to dodge submarine. So I'm gonna have to think of a build to win on that map for. I mean, Proxy Void works kind of well, but I feel like Masa will just expect that. Every other Terran just kind of expects shenanigans when it's submarine. And playing normal game, I just find it too hard. PvP, our last opponent for today before we get placed. I'm just gonna go open 2 gateways as well. Probably will do the same. I actually want to like redeem myself in front of myself. Like the fact that how much I struggled last game with that 3-gate blink build, or 3-gate prism build. Not even technically it's blink. If you think about it, if you have a prism, all your units have blink. Technically it was a blink build, but you know there was just so much struggle to beat a poor Platinum 2 guy. Kinda just want to make it cleaner this time. But in my own defense, that guy did open like 2 gateway, 2 stalker, robo expand with 2 sentries. Like it's the safest way to play, I think. The only safer way would be to stay on 1 base, but then you still lose because it's panic contain. But yeah, you know that's no excuse. Oh, we forgot scouts, but that might even be better. I also think there's like before GM, there's like it's point of diminishing returns to scout before like at least master players, because I'm gonna scout his base and nothing's gonna make sense. It's like most people aren't efficient with how they spend the chrono boost and how they mine their gas. So I'll make assumptions that are just not true just because my opponent is not thinking about what he's doing. But me overthinking what he's doing is only gonna hurt me, so I think not scouting is actually good. And in this matchup, you can't really die to anything because you didn't scout. So if you just make a shield battery, yeah. So I'm fairly confident here. I'll just hold off right away. Not even gonna bother. This is like the laziest way to. Hey, look at this guy. He's like making sure I don't get fast natural, huh? And the piling like that, finishing it is kind of bad because you know you lose it, but it's not terrible because you actually get to see what first units your opponent made. Because if I made adepts, then it takes forever to kill the pylon, and he knows I have adepts, so he knows to be prepared for them. Tricks like that always very good. I'm very surprised how like every opponent in the play actually knows what they're doing. Okay, we need the observer, or not observer, the warp prism. Well, let's got a little bit with 4 stalkers. Oracles is not scary because we have shield battery, but 2 oracles is. Hey, this is doing the same thing. That's not the same guy because that guy was called Larry. He's doing the just normal expand with Sentry Scout, unless it was a real Phoenix, which I highly doubt it was. Okay, well, this guy did not position he used units well though. Problem for you, buddy. I'm just gonna warp. You can tell this guy have 2. I can't blame him for it. I do the same thing. But yeah. He have 2 his hallucination home. That's fine. Just gonna wait for 4 more stalkers and then go. I'll probably just cancel this expansion, which would be the smart thing to do. That was much smoother. This guy didn't have Robo. Honestly, that Gary guy was much better. Classic Gary. Alright, let's see where it places us. Gold still. I'm very surprised. I guess they changed the way they do placements. It's very interesting because I know for a fact that when you do your placements, at least like 2-3 years ago, it would always put you on at least in platinum if you won all your 3 games. Now it puts me in gold 3. While frankly, our MMR is like 3500. Like even our opponent is platinum 1, and he's 200 MMR lower, and we're gold 3. So like our MMR is technically way above where we are, as you can see, it says maximum lithium MMR 2800. And we're literally 700 above that, but our provisional MMR is 2700, so we just need to get our provisional MMR up, which is very easy because for each win we'll get like 100 or 200 of provisional MMR. It won't take long until we're to Masters. I assume 2 more episodes and we'll be in Masters, or at least High Diamond. And in 4 episodes we'll be above 5k MMR, I'm assuming. That's where the challenge will begin, because I'm fairly confident that I can get to like 5900, but I think the last push, like 5800 to 6k, will be the hardest, because that's where it gives you a lot of like really high opponents, because at top of the ladder there are actually not that many players in Korea, especially now that, you know, GSL is over. You know, there's a super tournament going, but there's not that many people practicing, so there's like 10 to 20 people that are really high MMR that constantly ladder, and you will be hitting them all the time. Like I do play on Korea on my stream sometimes, and like I always hit like special time. Sometimes you hit like Su, you know, but there's not that many people at 6k. Like everyone is either like at 5500 or at 6500. Like everyone in between just kind of doesn't exist. So you have to find a way to beat those 6400 people at least every now and then, while also not losing to 5k guys. That's the only way I feel like to get 6k. The MMR difference in Korea is drastic, but You guys will see that in the future episodes for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the very first episode of my challenge where I try to get 6k MMR in Korea. Started in gold, but I'm sure it won't take as long to get the GM and keep moving forward. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're enjoying the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Watch my other videos. I don't have too much content yet, but we're picking it up and we're trying to release more and more videos. Now that we have 2 series, this series plus getting GM with no gas, it will be fairly easy for me to pump out more content weekly. So look forward for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next.